Hello everyone, in this video I will be explaining you the problem New Year cake, and it was asked in educational code forces round 186 for division 2. So monocarp is going to bake a New Year cake. The cake must be consisting of at least one layer. The size of the top layer of the cake must be 1. The size of the layer below it must be 2, and the size of the layer below that must be 4, and so on. Each layer except for the top one is twice the size of the layer above it. Okay. So additionally, each layer must cover with either white or dark chocolates. To cover a layer of size k, monocarp will need k kilograms of chocolate. Okay. Each layer must be covered with exactly one type of chocolate, and these types must alternate. If some layer is covered with dark chocolate, both the layer directly below it and directly above it must be covered with white chocolates, and vice versa. Okay. So monocarp has a kilograms of white chocolate and b kilograms of dark chocolate. He wants to calculate the maximum number of layers that the cake can consist of, ensuring that he has enough chocolate of both types. Okay. So we have input given us number of test cases, and then in each test case we have a and b as the a and b as the kilograms of white chocolate and dark chocolate respectively. So okay, let's understand first case. We have 1 and 1. So let's go to the board. Okay, so what we have is, in the first test case we have a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. So let's try to first understand the problem statement. So what they're saying is, chef, I think, what is his name? Yeah, monocarp. So monocarp, he wants to make cake for the new year. Okay, he wants to make cake for the new year, and it is in layer. Cakes are in layer. Okay, if you try to see, visualize, it is going to be something this way. It's a layered cake. Okay, so the size of the top layer is 1, below that it will be 2, and if you multiply, like size of the top is 1, so if you multiply it by 2 you are getting 2, multiply it by 2 you are getting size as 4, multiplied by 2 you are getting 8. So this is the thing they have said in the question. Okay, and what they're saying is, each layer is colored with either white chocolate or dark chocolate. Okay, and one layer is covered with only one chocolate. If it is covered with white, it is entirely covered with white. If it is covered with dark, it is entirely covered with dark. And in order to cover that layer, the kilograms of chocolate that we require is size of that. If the layer size, let's say here it is 8, so 8 kilograms of white chocolate we need to make this layer. And in the question they have given a as quantity of white chocolate and b as quantity of dark chocolate. So within this quantity we are asked to find the maximum layer of cake that we can build using a kilograms of chocolate and b kilograms of dark chocolate. So I think you guys have understood what's the problem statement. So first thing first, what what we'll try to do is, see, and also one more thing they have said is, if a layer is covered with, let's say this one is dark chocolate, so the layer above that and below that will be covered with white. It's like alternating, it should be. If it is covered with dark, so next has to be white, then next has to be dark, then next has to be white. So this is very important. The reason why I'm saying is, I'll tell you like why it is very important. So if you want to build a cake, and when you're building a cake of this kind, so this size is 1, this size is 2, this size is 4, right? So now what is happening is, see, you have chocolates of limited quantity. Okay, so when you want to maximize the layer, so first thing that you need to do is you should start building the smallest layer. Okay, first thing first, you should start building the smallest layer, because this smallest layer will require the smallest kg of chocolate. Okay, and next layer will require little more quantity of chocolate, and next layer will require little more quantity of chocolate. So when you're building the first layer of chocolate, there is a two choice. Do you want to make that layer with white chocolate, or do you want to make with dark chocolate? Okay, so in the problem statement, or in the constraint, a and b is like 10 power 6. Okay, so like n value is very small, not very small, it's like 10 power 6. Okay, so when sorry, not n, it is a and b, and there is no question of n in this question. So the quantity of both white and dark chocolates are 10 power 6. So when you're building the cake, right, so the size is like 1 2 4, it keeps on going. So this will give you kind of because like it's like half, I mean it is increasing by 2, but if you see in the other order, it's like it is decreasing by half. So in binary search, the space is always decreasing by half, so its time complexity is log of n, right? So that's why at max you can use log a of log a layer of a, and log b layer of b chocolates, right? So it's like time complexity is within our range, that I'm trying to say here. So since n is very small, I mean we can easily find the solution. So we have two choices to make the top layer. As I said like previously, we should start doing top layer only because its size is small. And first thing first, what we'll try to do is we'll try to make the cake having a white top. Okay, and then we'll make cake having a dark top. When you start with cake having white top, the first layer will be uh, of white, and its size is 1. So your b, whatever is there, sorry, a is in dark white, right? A is holding kg of white chocolate and b is holding kg of dark chocolate. Let me write it here so it will make sense. So when you're using 1 unit of a, your a is going to be decreased by 1. Now next layer you are making, its size is 2, and you should be making this layer with dark, because you have made with white. Now next is dark. So when you are doing that, your b will be decreased by 2. Okay, now next layer you will be making is of white chocolate, and its size is 4, and your a is going to be decreased by 4, up till so on you will be going till when till you finish one of the chocolates. Like let's say you're doing one more layer of dark chocolate. Now you don't have sufficient kgs of chocolate in order to make this layer, so you'll stop there, and whatever layer you have made, so this will be your layer. Similarly, you start again doing with dark chocolate first. Dark chocolate means its size is 1, so your b is going to be increased by 1. Next you'll making with white chocolate, its size is 2, your a is going to be decreased by 2. Next you'll make with dark chocolate, its size is 4, your b is going to be decreased by 4. Next we'll make with white chocolate. Okay, its size is 8, so your a is going to be decreased by 8. So understood, right? This thing we'll be doing. So here also same thing we are trying to do it. Let's understand the example. So I'll start with white. Okay, when I'm starting with white, first size, I'll take one variable as size. Initially it will be 1 because top layer size is 1. So when you're starting with white, so this is white chocolates quantity, this is dark chocolates quantity. So you need to check if whites, if A is greater than equal to size, so you can make that layer. It's like white layer you can be made. So A is 1, size is also 1, so you can make that layer. First let me try to visualize only. So I'm doing with 1, so this will take 1, okay, 1 kg of white chocolate. Next I'll try to make with dark, and this requires 2. Do you have 2? You don't have 2, you have just 1. So this layer you can't make it. So the maximum layer that you are making is only layer 1. Similarly, if I start with dark, what will happen is I'll take dark chocolate. This is of size 1. So dark chocolate is B. So yeah, you can make this. What about white? Its size is 2. Do you have 2 kgs? We have only 1 kg. So this layer you can't make. Okay, and this layer you can make. So in both the case, answer is just 1. So at max 1 layer you can make. So this is the 1 is the answer for first case. We have 1. Similarly, let's see for second case, and then rest test case, I mean you can check it. Now what I'll try to do is, we have 1 and 2. So first I'll try to do with white chocolate. So when I'm doing with white chocolate, so this is with white, so its size is 1. So you have 1 kg, you can do that first layer. The second layer that we'll be doing is with dark chocolate, its size is 2. Do you have 2 kg? Yeah, we have 2 kg. So you can do it. The next layer, if you're trying to do it now, you'll be doing with white. Now do you have a 4 kg? Because 1 kg you utilize, it's like 0 now, so you don't have. So this layer you will not be able to make. So these 2 layers you will be able to make. Now let's try to find the dark one. If I start with dark top, so its size is 1. Do you have 1 kg? You have 2 kg, so you can do that. Okay, next we'll go to white, and you require 2 kg. Do you have white 2 kg? You don't have. So this layer you can't make it. So only one layer you are able to make. So if you start with white, you are able to make 2. So which is maximum among 1 and 2? So 2 is maximum. So your answer is 2, which is given in the Codeforces. So I think you have understood what we'll try to do is, we'll try to take let me explain you the pseudocode. And first thing first, we'll check with white. We'll try to check with white how many layers can be made. Then we'll try to check with black top, white top, and black top. So our pseudocode will go something this way. First we'll take size. So our top size is 1 first, and we'll take, when you're starting with white, I'll take one bool variable white, which is initially 2, which means we are starting with white. We'll move into a loop, and it will be true always. In the condition, I'll be making sure it is breaking out of the loop. I'll check if white, which means we are making a layer of white chocolate, right? If it is white, then we need to check if white is A, right? If the A, the quantity of white chocolate is greater than equals to the size required by that layer, if that is the case, then yeah, you can make that layer, and your A quantity of white chocolate will decrease by A minus of size. Okay, if you don't have such quantity, then you'll break. Understood, right? You need to break, because you are not able to make no layer, and if you're not able to make layer, so it's like maximum layer already built. Okay, so similarly, in the else condition, since it is not white, it's like you are making the black top. Okay, so not black top, you're making the black layer. Okay, so again we need to check in that else condition if B is the quantity of black. Okay, if that is greater than equals to size, then your B is going to decrease by size. If you don't have enough quantity, so you're not able to make black layer, you'll have to break. Okay, when you run these two, so you should take one layer as a variable which is initialized to 0. At the end you'll have to increase the layer by 1. This will make sure this many layers were made. So this is the code for white as a top layer, And similarly you can do it for black as a top layer. That I'll be telling you in the code. So maximum of these two will be your answer. So let's go to the VS Code and see. Go to code editor. So new year cake. So what we have is first test case we have the. So I've taken the first test case here. For every test case I'm calling a solve function, and in each test case we have two integers a and b. So let's take two integers a and b. Let's take their values a and b. Okay. And then do we have anything? We don't have anything. So we have got the kgs, right? A is basically quantity of white chocolate, right? Similarly b is quantity of dark chocolate. So now first we are trying to make cake with make cake with white top. Okay, so when you're making this, let's make sure size is initially 1 and layer is initially 0, and I'll take one temporary a, which will be a, and then int temporary b, which is b, because when I'm making the reduce to a, so the original value of a will be lost. We need to make sure we have original value of a and b, because we need to check we need to make a cake with the black top also. So for that case I'll be doing this. Now I'll take one boolean variable which is like white. So initially we are making cake with the white top, so initially it is true. So I'll take one loop, it is true. I'll check if we have white. So we are making a white layer, right? So we need to check if temporary a is greater than equals to size. So we can make this layer. It's like, so temporary of a minus equals to size, and yeah, only this thing. If that is not present, then it's like you can't make the layer, so you need to break it out. Similarly, else condition you have to go, and you have to check. It's like you are making now a black layer. So temporary of b is greater than equal to size. So your temporary of b minus equal to size, else you need to break. So when you have done these things, so it's like you have made one layer, right? If you're not breaking, it's like you have made one layer, and your size for the next layer will be multiplied by 2, double the size of the previous layer, right? So you have done this, and your answer is going to be initially a layer only. Okay, like first how many layers you can make, so this is layer only, and the next we'll initialize layer to 0 again, and we'll make size to 1 again, and we'll make temporary a to a again, temporary b to b again, and your white is now going to be false this time, because this time we are trying to make the dark chocolate first. Okay. We can copy code, we can copy the same code. So what we are trying to do is, first we are making the dark top layer, so it will go in this condition. We need to check if temporary b greater than equal to size, again same thing. So once you come out of the loop, you have the cake layer that you will be making when you start with the dark as the top layer. So your answer is going to be max of answer comma again layer. Okay, at the end you will have to display the answer. Let's try to run it. It is giving wrong answer. Let's try to check why. We have taken A and B, temporary A, temporary B, which is correct. If it is white, in the question, what did they say? A kilograms of white chocolate. So yeah, A is for white only. That is true. B is for dark. Okay, so we have answer is initial layer only. Whatever the layer we have made. Next initialized layer is 0 and then size is again 1. White will be false. Answer is going to be max of answer comma layer. Okay. Let's try to see this test case why it is failing. So A is 1, B is 2. A is 1, B is 2. Okay, I got why it is. See, uh, in the first layer we have made white, right? So again white value is true only. So again this while loop will come into picture and then it will execute here. But it should go in else condition, right? So it's like always you are making the white layer only. Okay, this code is like uh, we are making a cake with white chocolate, and here it's like we are making a cake with dark chocolate. But it should be a layer, right? So we should be changing the white value, right? White is a negation of white. Same thing we'll have to do it bottom. Okay, let's try to run it now. So it is getting passed. Let's try to submit it. So yeah, it got accepted. So in this you could have easily solve the problem. So I think you guys have understood main the thing is that you should understand the like how do we solve this problem, understanding of the problem. So I think you guys have understood first. What we did is we just made sure we are making a cake with the top layer as dark chocolate and then white chocolate. Uh, yeah, so we had only two choices, so we just made it, and whichever had maximum layer, so we just printed as maximum. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video.